Look at this lovely change of scenery. Look at our tractor. It's a tractor. Look at what's hooked onto it. It's a bush hog. That time of the year again, where we get to, it's time to go mowing with the good old bush hog. And, I've done this a couple years now, and I've come to terms with bush hogging. You need to pick a good day and just mow everything. Make it your job that's your day's job, is to get everything mowed. Because if you do it when you just have time, this job's gonna be drug out for like 2 weeks. So basically on the list to get this thing ready is got everything hooked up. We need to hook up some hydraulic hose lines and grease it. Man, that's about it. And then as far as getting the tractor ready, I think it has diesel. I probably need to check that in case it needs diesel, because that can be an issue. And we need to take off our row markers because we don't need those anymore. Why are we using our 1486 to mow when we have a big, comfortable MX 255 to mow with? And the answer for that is everything on our farm that is row crop is row cropped, or able to be row cropped is row crop. Everything that we bush hog does not necessarily, it's not square, point is, this tractor is a whole lot easier to maneuver around than what that thing is. Well, I saved you guys the boredom of watching me grease this bush hog, but we got everything greased, and now we're putting diesel on the tractor, so we're spending some good money today, and then we're gonna go bush hogging.
From Central City, Kentucky, the home of True Vine Farms, the one and only Farmer King.
I've been looking for that thing. I'm glad we finally found it. I don't have to look like an idiot in the field no longer. Look at this scenery change we have going on here. Look how spaced out those two doors are right there on the 1486, and you notice the bush hog is now gone. And you come to this side and you can barely stick your hand. It's such a disappointment. I mean, this is at least a 4-year-old problem just going on year after. It's a pain in the butt. I blame it on is we have so many hillsides we mow that the tractor is constantly back and forth and on a hillside that it's just U-bolts that latch around this axle, and they work themselves loose and it slides in and out. Thank goodness it slid in, because we have had one that slid out and then it sort of went down into the tire came off and rode, like down into a pond. That was, well, it went as good as it sounds. But now on the agenda is we need to spray our corn here in the next couple days. So we're going to jack this tractor up, get this outside tire out, get the hub loose, slide it back out, tighten the hub down, put the tire back on, tighten everything up, and hope and pray it works. We got ourselves a real pickle here, a real big one. So, for the ones of you who have no mechanical experience at all, so right here you have two bolts, and basically behind those two bolts you have the U-bolt here, and those two nuts pull that U-bolt in. Well, if you come to this side over here, your nuts are sort of, they've slid up into there, and I can't get a socket on there. We're gonna have to brainstorm overnight because it's Saturday night, and for you motocross fans, it's motocross. Today is the Wick, the South Wick. Only ones who follow motocross know what I'm talking about. But it's South Wick today. We gotta go watch the moto, so I guess I'll see you guys in the morning. So we've come up with a great idea that we're gonna take the weights off, and I've been given the privilege to take the weights off, but we only have to take one weight off. And last time we did this, I about lost 3 toes. So we're gonna try to keep all 6 attached today. Been along on our journey long enough, you know that we've always had issues with these hubs working themselves loose and sliding in and out. So what we're going to do now before we put this dowel back on is we're going to get a big cheater bar and crank it down as tight as we can, so that way it'll last an extra week before coming loose. And then we'll have to, we'll have to go back to every time we use the tractor, get the impact and tighten the hub up before we use it, or not the wheel will fall off.
Every so often we hadn't this time, it hadn't been moving because we sprayed corn with it. We didn't run over a bunch, and then after that we've only used it to bush hog. So
I think the hillsides
when it goes, it goes.
I really believe the steep hillsides are what gets it moving.
We don't have any of those.
No, it's just rolling hillsides. Look at this. I've been career suicide right here. My dad's using his F350. So now we're down to my truck, an F-150. We gotta get water for the sprayer tomorrow. We're only getting like 750 gallons of water, but that still is that's a lot of weight on the old girl. She ain't made to work. She's made to look pretty. Well, I guess while we're at it, we better engage the tow haul mode because we might need it. So right here is our digital gauge that I have set, and it is reading 105,335 gallons have went through it. So I took a picture of that number, and I'm going to open up this valve here, and that will feed all the way out to where the nurse tank's sitting out there and fill it up. Also, you notice everything's running in here, pumping product through. I don't know if you can hear them, but our stinnicators right here. My dad is over at our chicken house farm, and he is flushing water lines because baby birds are coming over there tomorrow. And we pump water from our main 4 all over to the little 2 just to conserve water, and because we have the pump that can do it, and the lake that supplies the water. I think some duct tape will fix that one. Well, I guess it's time to see what she's got. Gravel road, half a mile, that consistent uphill grade, and 750 gallons, and it's 1,000 gallon tank, so it means that the slushing back and forth is going to be brutal. And what I mean by that is that water will move in that tank, and it makes a wave effect to where it gets to rocking back and forth. And if you meet somebody on the road, it makes it that much harder to stop because that it's gonna be like a punch in the face almost to the truck. And when that water hits the front of the tank, it's gonna hit and it's gonna push the truck forward. In case for the ones of you who don't haul much, that's why you gotta be careful of stuff like this. Found on road dominating. The only thing I got to say about it, I'm pretty impressed with it. It actually surprised me. It handled pulling this trailer a whole lot better than I ever would have thought. And no, I'm not being a dramatic teenage girl right now. I'm actually being like really, really serious. It did a lot better than I would have thought it would have done. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope they enjoy it. Remember, faith, family, farm. See you in the next one.